Hi everyone, it's Candace Craw-Goldman again from quantumhealers.com, back again with another great question, this one from a Facebook friend. Candace, what exactly do you mean when you use the term quantum healing? So today we're going to explore quantum healing a little bit. And quantum healing, just the general umbrella term, is a topic that continues to expand our understanding of all kinds of things, health, consciousness, and human potential. But what does it actually mean? How does it actually work? So we're going to talk about it. We're going to go through a definition, a little bit of where it came from, and some of the different quantum healing approaches. So quantum healing is based on the idea that consciousness and energy fields influence us physically, mentally, spiritually at a fundamental level. And rather than seeing the mind and body as separate, this approach recognizes that our thoughts, our emotions, our energy fields, our past lives, other energies out there interact with our biology in ways that modern science is just beginning to understand and, quite frankly, still very often dismiss completely, which, I think is short-sighted, but that's where we are, even now in 2025. So the term quantum healing was very first introduced by Deepak Chopra. He wrote a book in 1989 called Quantum Healing: Exploring the Frontiers of Mind, Body, Medicine. Now, as an aside, Dolores named her technique quantum healing hypnosis right at the tail end of 2011, right? So, Chopra was in the literature far before then, but we'll get to Dolores in a little bit. So Deepak actually was a physician, and he was bridging the gap between Eastern philosophy and Western science. And he was showing us that the body has its own natural healing intelligence and that we can work with it consciously. That seems really obvious today, but back in 1989, it was more of a new idea. And there have been a lot of brilliant minds and terrific teachers who've contributed to the understanding and practice of quantum healing. So let's go ahead and look at them individually and see their differences and what they bring to this topic of quantum healing. So back again to Deepak Chopra. He actually has a healing approach, and his work focuses on meditation, Ayurveda, visualization, and intention to activate the body's natural healing intelligence. His teaching is that consciousness is key, that our thoughts and emotions can directly influence our health at the cellular level. And his work has inspired millions to explore this mind-body connection. And of course, Dolores and I and other quantum healers have been inspired as well. So let's start with Dolores. Dolores Cannon, my beloved teacher, developed quantum healing hypnosis technique, a truly incredible method of healing that allows people to access the subconscious, is what she called it, or higher self for wisdom, guidance, and transformation. And it is said that during a QHHT session, a person enters a deep somnambulistic trance state where they can recall past lives, receive insight into their life's journey, and even experience spontaneous physical and emotional healing. Now, there's always been some question about that somnambulistic state, and that's better left to another video, but let's just say sometimes it goes there. It's not always guaranteed. Now, Dolores's work is profound, and she had thousands of case studies, and that's helped all of us expand our understanding of the nature of consciousness and healing. And I'm happy to say her legacy continues to inspire people all over the world, even after all these years. Okay, so that was QHHT. Now let's talk about Beyond Quantum Healing, or BQH, my own creation and modality. So as someone who deeply respects and honors Dolores and her work, I want to be very clear. Kind of answer another question while I'm doing this. I had another great question I'm going to maybe put these two together. BQH is not simply QHHT done online. It's not. It's an entirely different approach to quantum healing. While both these methods, QHHT and BQH, involve deep consciousness exploration, BQH was developed from its very beginning to be more fluid, more adaptable, and more expansive in its application. Unlike QHHT, BQH does not require a strict in-person format. It allows practitioners to work remotely, but that's only just one part of what makes it different. BQH at its core was designed to be highly customizable, meaning that practitioners are encouraged to blend in other healing modalities, yes, that mixing modality phrase, such as Reiki, energy work, sound therapy, intention setting, anything really that the practitioner is aligned to and that it works for the client, okay? And this creates a completely unique healing experience for each individual, both practitioner and client. At its core, BQH is about trusting and following the energy. They're all different. What you might do with one client, you might not do with the next one, and that's what it's all about. So we allow each session to unfold in the most natural and beneficial way for the client that's sitting in front of you. It's about empowering both the practitioner and the client to work in a way that resonates most deeply with them. Okay, so let's touch upon some other teachers. How about Bruce Lipton? He was a biologist who completely transformed about how we think about healing with his book, The Biology of Belief. Really a fantastic book. His work proves that our beliefs and our emotions can directly influence our DNA itself and our overall health. Rather than being at the mercy of our genetics, Lipton shows that our thoughts, our environment, our energetic state can actually shape our biology. More and more researchers are finding that. And now there's Dr. Joe Dispenza, quantum manifestation and self-healing. Dr. Joe is a neuroscientist who has helped thousands of people heal through the power of meditation, visualization, and energy work. It's actually been fun watching Joe Dispenza grow into his work, right? When he first came along, he was far more mechanical, and he has grown so much, and he's become really a fantastic name in this field. Now, his research proves, because he's such a good researcher and documenter, that we can literally rewire our brains and shift our electromagnetic fields to heal from chronic illness, trauma, and even reshape our personal reality. Next, have you heard of matrix energetics? I bet you have. We have some of those practitioners in our forum. Richard Bartlett is another key figure in quantum healing because he developed this method, matrix energetics, that combines consciousness intention with quantum physics using concepts like wave function collapse. A fancy term to basically shifting focus for sure, to create immediate shifts in both physical and energetic states. His work demonstrates that reality itself is malleable when we learn how to work with energy. And we've seen that, haven't we? All over the place in this work. And then there's Lynn McTaggart. Haven't heard from her for a while, but her focus has been often the power of group intention. So her experiments show that when people come together with a shared focus or a shared activity like prayer, they can actually influence physical reality. In her book, The Intention Experiment, she details how mass meditation, collective thought have led to measurable real-world effects. So here's some other quantum healing practices that you may or may not have heard from. So quantum healing isn't just for researchers or practitioners. It's something anyone can explore. And here are some of the other ways that people are using it in everyday lives. There's quantum meditation using focused thought, and visualization to shift energy frequencies for healing. There's something called biofield healing, working with the body's energy field using like Reiki, or this would also include like pranic healing. Okay, and we already mentioned sound frequency healing. You can use forks, binaural beats, solfeggio frequencies, even sound bowls to balance the body's energy. And of course, if you are BQH, you know about the heart-brain coherence, and that is with a nod to the Heart Math Institute. This is an important focus that synchronizes our heart field, our emotional, and our physical states. And then there's Richard Gordon's quantum touch. I actually just chatted with him on Twitter yesterday in a private message. He's got some documentaries and some new stuff coming out. And this is quantum touch. And it's a healing technique that uses focused breath work and energy intention to facilitate deep healing, both hands-on and from a distance. Okay, so that's probably enough for today. You know what the conclusion of all of this is quantum healing is not a single approach. It's not a single method. It's vast, it's ever expanding, and in some ways, I think it's just starting to be understood by humans. So whether it's through hypnosis, meditation, energy work, group consciousness, QHHT, BQH, the underlying concept is we have the power to influence our own healing through the energy we hold, the beliefs we cultivate, the things we do in our daily lives, the things we decide to focus on, all of those things. So I hope this conversation has inspired you to explore consciousness in a couple of new ways. If you've had any experiences with quantum healing, BQH, QHHT, or any of the others we've talked about, I'd sure love to hear about them. Would you leave me a comment below? I would appreciate it. And if you are in service to others of any kind, if you are helpful in that way as an energy healer, as a life coach, a Reiki practitioner, or a quantum healer, please know that you can join us on quantumhealers.com. We are a guru-free community. We are open-minded, and everybody supports each other no matter what we're working on, what our belief systems are, and you are welcome to join us. We have a support forum community, a worldwide listing service, and a learning platform. We'd love to have you. quantumhealers.com. Until next time, leave me a question below. I could use some new questions. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.